Welcome, my friend, to realestateinvestorcoach.com video lesson. The title of today's lesson is called How to Find Sellers. This is a very important topic because most people who want to get into real estate investing, make money as a real estate investor, have this problem. You got to get over this hurdle first before you can start making some big bucks in real estate, which is why I put this video lesson together. Again, how to find sellers. We're going to crack the code right here as quickly as possible within the next 10 minutes. Very quickly, however, if you're not a real estate investor coach insider, then the very first thing I want you to do after you watch this video, go to realestateinvestorcoach.com, enter your name and email address, or you can call 1-888-866-2360. I have representatives standing by that can get you signed up to become an insider to realestateinvestorcoach.com. You'll also get a free CD and report valued at $19.95. Okay? So now let's jump right into the lesson, which is how to find sellers. Two very quick pointers that I want to bring up with you before we get too deep into this lesson is, first things first, when you're trying to find sellers, you need to target your marketing based on how you want to buy properties. Okay, I'm going to say that again. You need to target your marketing based on how you want to buy properties. There's lots of ways to buy properties, but you need to target your marketing based on how you want to buy properties. Okay? Second point is, work only with sellers who need to sell, not sellers that want to sell. There's a very big difference, okay? There's a lot of houses out there on the market for sale, and you don't want to just go thinking that you can buy all these properties. It doesn't work that way. You need to work and find sellers who need to sell, not sellers that want to sell, okay? Very big difference there, all right? There are lots of ways you can buy properties. I've touched on these methods in different video lessons in the past, but again, I'm going to recap them here quickly. You can buy properties with short sale, subject to where you get the deed, seller financing with your intent to wholesale a property or with the intent to retail a property, or you can option the property. Okay, there are a few other methods aside from these, but these are the primary ones. Based on how you're going to find sellers, you need to target your marketing appropriately. Upon reviewing the items that I just mentioned here, I'm going to jump back a slide. Upon reviewing these items here, you need to target your marketing based on how you want to buy properties. Okay, so if you're going to target short sale sellers, your options are many, but here are two very important options that I'm going to go through each one. Two here with short sales are mail letters to people that are in pre-foreclosure, letters or postcards. Mail to those people that are in pre-foreclosure. They've received a notice of default, they're behind in payments 3 months or more, and they've been publicly notified that their house is facing foreclosure. That information is public record. Go down and get that information and send out a letter to those folks. Or you can put out signs that say stop foreclosure or avoid foreclosure, okay? Most of the methods of targeting your sellers that I'm going to go through each slide here, I've given you two methods. One is either direct mail or the second one is putting out signs based on your unique selling proposition, which gets people to call based on the situation that they are in. So again, in this situation, short sale sellers mail letters to people that are in pre-foreclosure or put out signs that say stop foreclosure. Those will get you those types of calls. Targeting people that are targeting subject to sellers, okay? Mail letters or postcards to people that are pre-NOD, pre-notice of default, okay? They may be behind a month or two in payments. They haven't been filed foreclosure on yet, but they're, facing potential foreclosure. You can get these records but with appropriate list brokers who have this type of information, but it's not going to be the easiest type of information to come by. Or find sellers that have 20% or more equity in their homes. Okay, so this is again where you're trying to find subject to sellers. Mail letters or postcards to people that are pre-NOD or sellers that have 20% plus equity in their homes. Or you can put out signs that say we take over house payments. Again, the point is being specific with the type of sellers you want to call you. Okay, moving right along. Targeting seller finance sellers. One of my favorite ways to buy properties was seller financing. Mail letters or postcards to people that own their home free and clear or with 20% plus equity in their home, or they're out-of-state owners, or all the above. Okay, again, you can get this information from appropriate list brokers. Go to Google and type in list brokers, or go to your Yellow Pages and type in list brokers and give them these qualifications and tell them to give you a list. Based on this, you'll have to pay for it and then mail out letters to those folks. Or you can put out signs that say we buy houses. Again, if you put out a sign that says we buy houses, you're going to get a lot of different people to pick up the phone and call you. But this is a great way to great sign and USP to use if you're going to find and target seller finance sellers. Okay, again, the more targeted you can get with your marketing, the better you'll be able to find sellers based on your criteria and your needs for purchasing properties. Okay, targeting wholesale or retail deal sellers. Drive around looking for junker houses in decent neighborhoods, and then mail a letter. You know, if you take 15 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour a week and drive around in some decent neighborhoods and look for properties where the grass is 3 feet high, you know, mail a letter to those types of sellers. Okay, look for junker properties. Or put out signs that say we buy ugly houses. You know, try to be a little bit more specific. Okay, again, target your marketing as closely to the type of prospect you're looking for as possible. Targeting option sellers. Mail a letter to or a postcard to MLS expired listings. These are a great way to try to find option sellers, people that have listed their property with a realtor. The house hasn't sold, and they're either going to have to do one or two things: relist the property, or for sale by owner, or whatever. Again, another thing here is mail a letter to houses that are for sale by owners. Another way to try to find option sellers, or put out signs that say we buy houses. Okay, so those are some great ways to find types of sellers that you're looking for where you can option their property to purchase it and then do something with it on the back end. All right. So the next slide here is, do you notice a pattern? Okay, obviously there's lots of ways to find sellers, but I wanted to give you as focused methods as possible so that way you can start to get your phone to ring, because that's a number one thing here. You know, a lot of people ask me, well, how do I get started? Or it's not working, or what do I need to do? What's the first thing I need to do? Well, the first thing you need to do is get your phone to ring, okay? So the pattern that I just showed you here are basically direct mail and signs. Direct mail to a targeted seller based on how you want to buy, and signs that tell people that you buy houses and the types of houses and sellers that you're looking for, okay? That's the pattern. There are lots of targeted prospects out there that you can go after, and I'm just going to give you a small list here. You can look for people and target people that are a divorce, job transfer, behind in payments, job loss, death of a spouse, failing business, health problems, heirs of an estate, lawsuit pending, bankruptcy, absentee owners, expired listings, vacant houses, and the list goes on. Okay, so these are just a few of the targeted prospects that you could market to try to buy houses from. Okay, so you know, in the beginning, it's best, and I would advise you to pick a niche, one or two niches, and become very, very good at it. Because again, there's lots of ways to buy houses, but what you need to do in the beginning, in the early days, is find out what you're good at. Pick a niche, whether it be short sales or seller finance or subject to or wholesaling or retailing or options or whatever. Pick a niche that you like and focus on that and become very, very good at it. Then what you want to do is strive to become a transaction engineer, because again, the pattern of what we talked about is you're going to do a lot of marketing, and the marketing that you're going to do is get you all types of calls from all types of sellers. So the more that you know the biz, the better you'll be able to take whatever deal comes your way and make money with it. Will you be able to make money with every single phone call that you get? Absolutely not, because most of the calls that you'll receive as a real estate investor are people that want to sell their house, not need to sell their house. Okay, so just remember the last slide here. Target your marketing again based on how you want to buy properties, and work with sellers who need to sell, not sellers that want to sell. Most of the calls you're going to get are going to be time wasters, people that you can't help because you're not going to be able to buy on good enough terms or cheap enough for you to be able to make money on the deal. Tell these folks when you talk to them, say, listen, I'm a real estate investor. First and foremost, I want you to know that if I can't find a way to make a profit on this deal, then there's probably no reason for you and I to get involved. Do you agree? Yes. Okay. Well, let me review your information based on what I'm telling you, based on what I'm seeing. It looks like I could probably buy your house this way. And go forward from there, okay? But just remember that you want to work with sellers who need to sell and not want to sell, and then target your marketing as tightly focused to your niche as possible, so that way you can buy properties based on how you want to buy them, okay? Again, this is Brian Evans with realestateinvestorcoach.com. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Go to realestateinvestorcoach.com to become an insider, or call 1-888-866-2360 to get started right now. I look forward to providing you some more lessons in the near future. Take care. Hope you enjoy.